So I was still doing both for a while. I learned underneath my dad, who was retired Navy, so I got to learn from him. I didn't think I could do real estate. I told him I would try it part-time. I am not salesy. I was like, I saw it as sales initially from the outside. I'm like, I don't want to sell things. That's not who I am. And I loved it. I got to start taking care of my friends, my peers that were moving back to the area. I realized I was guiding people through a decision that they were already going to make. Welcome to the Dispatch on Purpose. I am excited to have you back for our RE/MAX R4 series. My name is Amy Dahl and I am your host. And today I'm really excited. So we have two guests from North Carolina. We'll start with a fellow broker owner, Robert Carroll, and our other special guest who has her own podcast.
I'm Kim Cotton with Kim and Jordan Unscripted.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fun to have you. So you're not even that far from me, and we have to come all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast to meet.
Exactly.
All right, so we'll start with Kim. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've been in real estate for 5 years. It's something I always wanted to do, but I was kind of the breadwinner of the family, so I didn't.
What'd you do?
I was
real
an
estate?
administrator at Cornell, the university.
Okay.
And then when we moved to Virginia, or to North Carolina, I'm like, this is my perfect opportunity. My kids are grown, they're out of the house, and I finally got to fulfill my dream as being a real estate agent.
Nice. 5 years, that's a sweet spot. That's where you like get comfortable and you kind of start rolling with it and you see the return on those clients that come back to you.
Yeah, it's starting to show.
Yeah, that's really awesome. All right, Robert, tell us about you.
I've been in real estate for just about 19 years, I think.
Nice.
And yeah, it's kind of crazy to say that because I've almost been in real estate longer than I was not.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I've been the broker owner for just about 10 years.
Yeah.
So.
And you're a multi-office broker owner.
Correct. We've got 4 offices throughout our county, and for right now, it fits pretty well. Services the entire county in a good way. Brunswick County, North Carolina, one of the largest counties in the state and one of the fastest growing.
Nice. And they're all in Brunswick County.
I'll cut this off. Pause. I just need your code.
Oh, is Jill texting?
Yeah.
Yeah, 0326. Sorry. Oh man, we were on a roll. We never stop in the middle.
County
That's
is
okay.
the largest county in North
Okay.
Carolina.
It is the largest
It's
county.
it's the boy's birthday. Can you remember
100
0326? Okay.
Yeah.
I
And
texted her and told her where we'd meet, so
it's
it's
the
okay.
largest county in North Carolina,
Y'all
and
can
it's
just pick up
the
where y'all
4th
at.
largest
Oh, you do? You're gonna.
Just pick up where y'all
county
at.
growth in
Okay.
America.
Start over.
Oh, okay. You're gonna splice it in. We never stop in the middle. That might be the first time in a year. Okay.
That's why I cut you before you started talking.
We always
You were about to
stop.
talk.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Let me pause. Brunswick County.
It's actually
19 years.
yeah,
Okay.
It's actually the largest county in the state. And Kim, you want
It
to talk a
is
little bit?
the 4th largest county for growth in America.
Wow. So what causes the growth there? Since
It's-
I've never been down there.
Less taxes, nice climate. It's a beach
Well,
community.
I was gonna say it's a beach community, right? Tell
Yes.
our audience. So
Yes.
you have a lot of beaches down there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So part of our, a large portion of our market is retirement. So a lot of people moving from the Northeast down, Ohio, areas like that.
Yeah.
And then also investment. So we see people, second homes, investment properties coming from metropolitan markets like Charlotte, Raleigh, Winston-Salem, up into Virginia, Northern
Yeah.
Virginia.
And ballpark, what's your average sales price down there for a beach community?
Ooh. So within the county, we're just around $400,000, I think. But that, as you move closer to the coast, it goes
Yeah.
up significantly. So
Yes.
if you were looking at some of our islands like Oak Island, you're probably a little higher, more into the 550 range.
Yeah.
And that would include things that are within the wooded section, all the way to the beach, which is pretty awesome.
And if you were on the beach in Oak Island, what would ballpark?
$1 million to $2 million. A million up, I would say. $1 million up.
We've, over the last few years, COVID did us well because it became a market where people could actually come and live and work
remotely. It's huge.
And so we saw a huge influx of that type of buyer. And so that's pushed our pricing up.
Significantly.
Yeah, so Oak Island at one time.
Ours too.
Right. And so Oak Island, as an example, had at the time, a few years ago, had the highest sale price at $2.5 million. And our brokerage was successful in crushing that at just over $3.9 million.
Wow.
So kind of interesting to see
Yeah.
how that market actually
And how many agents do you
sustained.
guys have?
got just over 40, 45.
Yeah, it's a
Melissa
good-sized
would say,
office.
Yeah. We
We're very spread out. It covers the whole county, so it's
Yeah.
the people in Calabash are certainly not going to come north where we are in Southport generally. They
Yeah.
stay down there. And a lot of them are dual agents in South Carolina as well, dual
Got
license.
it. Yeah. So we're really close to North Carolina, and I do have a couple agents that are dual licensed, but your real estate laws are very different than Virginia.
I don't want to learn South Carolina.
And I don't learn North Carolina, so I'm there with you. I live probably 30 minutes from the North Carolina border in Chesapeake, and I am not licensed in North Carolina. I mean, I do have a broker in charge that works for me that is licensed down there, and we've got a couple agents because I have agents that want to sell down there. But you know what? I believe in selling where you're an expert and where you
I
want to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I am just not an expert in North Carolina.
Right,
So
and it's so
I'd rather
diff-
vacation there.
It's so different county by county as the rules,
is.
especially when you're dealing with water.
Yes.
So there's, a lot of disservice that can be done to a client if you really don't know the area that
Yeah.
you're selling in or helping them buy in.
Yes.
And it could be to your detriment.
So true.
I just had one that it was an agent from a different county that we're putting an offer in, and I'm like, the last 2 sales, this has shown that it's on a sewer. There is no sewer. This house is on a septic system, and here's the permit. So it went through 2 sales in the last 5 years. All the agents weren't from our county, and they had no idea that it was on.
Yeah. We have that with, so we have a lot of military and a lot of military presence, and you have things like jet noise zones,
Yes.
or when you get close to the water, you have certain protection areas that you may not be able to put that pool in if you're backing up to the water. And the last thing you want to do is sell somebody a house on the water where they can't put in the pool that they thought, or they close and then,
Do you have to have jet
pair of-
insurance?
no, we don't
my
have jet insurance, but we have
Okay.
jet disclosures.
All right, because
Yeah.
my nephew lives by Luke Air Force Base in Arizona, and he has a policy that if a jet plane crashes into his house, that he had to have that.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. No, we have flood insurance,
Yeah,
like
there you
everybody,
go.
but
And
we
when
do
they
not
have-
have jet insurance. But you do have to sign a disclosure that you are aware of what jet noise zone you live in, and they're divided by 5 degree decibels. And if you don't, it doesn't mean anything to you that you're signing a disclosure that you're in the 65 to 70 decibel noise zone, unless you have somebody who explains it to you. And those houses in the higher noise zones, they sell a little cheaper. So, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And you
Exactly.
probably don't want to live there when the walls shake.
Right.
So, yeah, I agree with you 100%. If you do not know the area, you should not try to sell there. And we get people from Northern Virginia, other counties that will come down. In Virginia, the paperwork's the same if you're going to use a state form, not necessarily local to our market. But yeah, it is.
It's tough.
yeah.
We have a lot of Charlotte agents coming down, and I was trying to look at a condo. A client wanted to see it. And I'm like, I don't find it in the MLS. Well, it was only on Zillow because she wasn't even listed in our MLS. So that expired, and somebody local ended up listing it and selling it. But
Yeah.
it sat there for 6 months because nobody knew it was available.
Wow. Okay, so we have a mutual friend. So we share the same podcast producer, funny
Yes.
enough, which is how we got to know each other. And he knew one of your kids, correct?
Yes, my
So you have
daughter.
2 grown children,
Yes.
and you actually have 3 little ones.
I do, yeah. So I've got a set of twins that will be 8 in April.
Nice.
And my singleton just turned 10 in January, and it's awesome. This is watching them, basketball, Girl Scouts. I'm pushing cookies right now. I'm peddling cookies. So as much as I'm
awesome.
selling homes, I'm peddling cookies.
Peddling cookies, I love it.
But yeah, so the prime time, right? Like this
Yeah.
is the moment where you have to take the time, you have to make it work, and if not, we'll look back someday and we'll say, I wish we could have.
Yeah. And are you
And-
still selling real estate too?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Nobody
not-
tells you broker owner doesn't make you rich.
Right, absolutely. And so what I truly, my passion is sales.
Is mine
I
too.
love helping people.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I love cultivating agents. And
Yeah.
so
It's the
those
same
2
kind of help. It's,
right.
it's coaching
I
and
think
leading
so
and mentoring.
too. And so it's advisory. And
Yeah.
so there's a lot of joy that comes out of that experience. And so, yeah, I'm still active in sales.
Nice. That's awesome. 19 years.
Right?
Yeah. It goes fast, right?
It does, yes.
Yeah.
So-
Your kids growing up does too, so enjoy it. 'Cause I
Yes.
miss that. I am not a good empty nester at all.
Oh, my sister's an empty nest. My younger sister is an empty nester, and she just joined my team. And she's been licensed as long as I have. She's 5 years younger than I am. She just joined our team about a year and a half ago, and she is not a good empty nester either. And she went full force into real estate. Now, the beautiful thing is, when you're used to having the stress of kids and you have no stress of kids, she was rookie of the year, and she was only in real estate for 10 months, I think, out of that year. She didn't even get a full year, and she was rookie of the year for our whole area because she threw herself into real estate. She's not a good empty nester. But I'm the polar opposite. I started with no children and now have 3 little ones like you, about the same age spread. And it's busy. It's a constant battle of, mentoring agents, doing sales, and
give
then
props
making
to
sure
you,
that
because that was
we have
something I
time
never
for
could have
kids.
thought I could have figured out. So I didn't.
It's just different, right? Like if I had started without kids, I don't know that I could have started the business with young children. Like there's so much time that goes into that building, those building years, working the long nights and weekends. When you get far enough into it, you have a little more flexibility. You surround yourself with really great people, and I am all about hiring for the stuff I don't want to do. So I have a lot of good help.
Absolutely.
Which is because I don't want to spend the time doing laundry with my kids. I would much rather spend time out on the baseball field or on the basketball court. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so you surround yourself with those great people. Okay, Sony told me one time, which is our podcast producer that we share, you do a really cool event, and we were talking about signs in the yards, and you get a really great return on that.
Oh, the Christmas
Oh, the
lights?
Christmas
Yes,
lights.
I didn't want to give too much away.
I know. So
Yes.
this is-
All right. So
Yes.
yeah, we don't plan these. So you get everybody gets the unscripted version. So you didn't even know what I was going to ask you. But
Yes.
tell us about your Christmas event, because I was
So this
totally
was the first
amazed.
year, but it went very well. So in the area, so in Oak Island,
Yeah.
which is a town that I serve, we put out signs that said that we're going to have this holiday lights contest, and they had to register.
Yeah.
So there was a QR code where they could register to sign up, and once they did, we had their name, their number, and their email.
Yeah.
So then, like the first 10 people, we went and took like a little pop by to, a Christmas pop by saying thank you for signing up. But it also gave us their information that we can keep in touch with them. But on their the locals Facebook page, which is usually really negative, everybody loved it, and they're like, "Oh, I missed voting this year. I can't wait to do it next
So
year."
you made a dedicated Facebook page for the Christmas lights contest?
No, we didn't. No,
It was a locals page.
It was a locals Facebook page. That's
It was
where
so
we
organic.
advertised it.
Wow.
It was very organic.
But
And they had signage in front of each house so that you could vote.
For that number house.
And so, for the agents listening or the business owners, what I thought was really cool about this, it's a double return for you. The people that register to compete
And the
are
ones who
giving,
vote.
but the people that vote are giving you all their contact
Yes.
information as well. So it's a great way of increasing that sphere organically, because they're reaching out to you and putting their information in there to vote.
Exactly.
And your sign is in front of every house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's brilliant, by the way.
It was very good.
So you're going to do it next year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Double
that-
down.
It's a lot of work. To make sure that you get everything together, but it'll work out. It always does.
Yeah. And you had signs printed and gave away a prize for the...
Yeah, we did
Best
3
house?
prizes. We didn't have categories for houses.
Yeah.
We had like white Christmas or, colorful, just so people knew which house they were voting for.
Yeah.
But we gave a $250 gift card to Amazon, $100 and a $50, I think is what we did, something
Yeah.
like in that range.
And did you keep it to a small geographical area, or
Yes,
did you do?
it was only Oak Island,
Okay.
so it was only to them.
And did you online, once they registered, did you create a map where people knew where to
Yes.
go?
Yes.
And then you put it on that community Facebook?
Then we put that on the community Facebook page.
That's awesome.
So and just to give you an idea, I mean, the geographical area sounds larger than it actually is. It's about, the entire island's only about 14 miles long.
Oh, wow.
And about 1.5 miles at its widest point. So, but for the most part, it was a smaller area than that. And, I hope that we can find ways to expand it to Southport and other markets, because, Southport is a community of just 4,400 people. So
Yeah.
that geographical area is significantly smaller. And I just think it's a great engagement. What they did was unique. I had never heard about this before, and I'm excited. I think Kim's only going to build on it, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. What's
I have
that?
a feeling y'all gonna make me very busy.
But then we have other content that which I didn't do this year, but because my daughter had to go on vacation, but that's okay. Next year I would, want to video those houses so I can promote them as well. And just it's more.
And your daughter works for you, right? Or is one of
No.
your business partners?
No,
No?
she is not. My husband is one of my business partners.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Yes, so he helps with all that legwork and that groundwork.
He's very good. So on Oak Island, the problem is that you can't have signs out during the week or the town takes them.
Within the right of way. So
Within the right of way.
that's
So
one of the
every
challenges.
Friday we had to go set all these signs up, not the ones in the
Yeah.
people's yards,
Yes.
but to get people to register,
Yeah.
we had to. And then every Sunday night I had to go take them all down.
Oh my goodness. So you put out the signs for people to see them, like
Within the
register
right of
for
way.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Register for the Christmas lights. How early did you start?
Well, we didn't think about it until like December 1st. So we started December 1st and voting started December 15th and went
Wow.
to the day after Christmas.
Oh, you hustled. It was a busy holiday for
It
you.
was a very busy holiday.
Yeah. The holidays are really busy for us too. My brain has been turning ever since I heard that story though. How do we fit this in? How do we fit this in? We deliver gifts to our clients,
What do
our
you
local
do?
owners and tenants. So my dad started our team. Let's see, I've been doing it 22 years. So he started 30 plus years ago. He's retired now, long since retired. He was retired military, then he started our team, the Steve Dahl team, and now we're just the Dahl team. And he, many, many moons ago, started delivering chocolate covered cherries, Queen Anne chocolate covered cherries, which in full disclosure, I think are gross. I do. I think they're horrible.
Right?
So when I joined the business 22 years ago, I was going through Buffini training, and somebody in our class had mentioned wrapping paper, wrapping up the end of the year by delivering a roll of wrapping paper. So my dad delivered cherries and I helped him, but I delivered wrapping paper because I hate chocolate covered cherries. And I'd tie up a bow and I would put, just wrapping up the end of the year saying thank you for your business. Some years I tie tape. Usually I include a roll of tape.
I love it.
I usually print out a card. I'll talk about family. I now include my Christmas card. I've done different things every year. So I do personally about 300 rolls. But we deliver to all of our tenants. So we do property management. So we deliver to about 700, somewhere between 700 and 900 tenants and local owners. And we split it up amongst about 5 of us. It is very busy in December.
Physically
we
taking-
physically drive them
Love
around.
that.
Now, I in the last couple of years, have paid for some help with my wrapping paper. There's just no way with 3 kids at a brokerage and listings and sales that I can get to everybody. But
The kids are going to get to that point though that
but my kids are my runners too. So when they're out of
Yes.
school, they love it. They run the neighborhood. And I've been doing it so long that I can't not do it. I had 1 year I was very pregnant and I just couldn't make it everywhere. And I was waddling and dropping wrapping paper. And I think my husband was gone too that year. And I didn't make it to everybody's house. And I got calls and texts from people. They were like, "Are you still in business? We didn't get our wrapping paper."
Oh,
and I
geez.
felt so bad. But now we, I was saying, I've done it so long. I've had years, and the return on that, just that consistency. I had a year one time where I tied bells to the wrapping paper, and I was really late that year delivering. So it was Christmas Eve, and I'm opening people's storm door and setting it against the storm door and shutting it because if they're on vacation, I didn't want the rain to ruin it and stuff. I'd set it in. Now with Ring cameras, people think you're breaking in, but this is years ago. And I leaned it against the regular door and I shut the storm door. And on Christmas Day, I get a call from a gentleman, and he said, on Christmas Eve, we ran out of wrapping paper, and my wife told me I had to go to Walmart, and I was so angry. And he said, I opened the front door, and a roll of wrapping paper with bells on it falls into the foyer, and I thought it was a gift from God.
I love that.
And that year, I got that listing, and they bought a bigger house than they bought, but it's a cheap roll of wrapping paper, right? Now I do the nicer ones, but still, it's like a $5, $10 gift.
Yeah.
And it goes a long way. They
And it
mean
does.
It
It's
means-
that consistency. It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you do other pop buys like that? throughout the year, or not so much?
Not as much as we do at Christmas.
Yeah.
My sister's really good about pop-bys. We do some client events. I didn't build my business on client events, but when I started bringing in buyer's agents, they love them. And I will admit, it is a really nice way now to keep in touch with people, because I think we do so much social media that you feel like you stay in touch with people, but
Yeah,
until
but
you
you
get to
lose the
see their
face-to-face.
face. Yes, and I
Nope.
did one recently. Last year, our last year's, we do it every year, but we do a pumpkin picking. And I had clients that came up that bought during COVID, and they closed without ever seeing the house. I left a contractor lockbox on because they came in the middle of the night. When I went to remove it, they weren't home, and I left a gift. And for 5 years now, we'd never still seen each other. They've been on my mailing list, and they came with their kids, and I finally got to meet people, and it's amazing that you can do that. So,
You know
what do
what
you?
makes a great pop-by?
What's that?
Girl Scout cookies.
That is good.
Just saying.
Hey, I started
Yes.
doing Girl
Right?
Scout cookie Popeyes on Friday.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's funny. Well, there's a little Girl Scout that lives down the street from me, and I buy from her every year, and she's
There
going to
you
listen,
go.
and her mom's going to say, yes, I
There
bet
you
Girl
go.
Scout cookies are great.
Sorry for that.
So is there anything else you guys do? What do you think's been the secret to your success?
I think just being real with people and honest, and
Yeah.
they're not a paycheck.
Yes.
It's just being honest and giving your opinion. Like if they're looking at two different houses, and one's 850 and one's 600, but everything they've told you leans towards the 600, I say this is the one I think. My husband thinks I'm the worst salesperson in the world, but but they come back because I've been honest.
Because you look out for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've had on-site agents ask me if people are my grandparents because how I'm treating them while they're there, and I'm like, I love that, because
Yeah.
that's how everybody should be treated.
Yeah. What about you, Robert?
Yeah, I think what that comes down to is being authentic. So
Yeah.
be authentic to who you are, be sincere, and we're in this for for the right reasons. I truly believe that we're advocates for our clients and that we're here to help them. I love what you just said. You know, I'm working with a couple right now, and I feel like they're family.
Yeah.
We're texting. They're older, and he actually. I just listed a house that's way outside their price point, but they were quite proud of me. And he called, and we were talking about their deal, and he said, "Mom looked at that," and then he caught himself. So I mean, you want to create that relationship. You want to be there for them. You want to help them. And to Kim's point, if it doesn't fit, don't let them do it. And if you can't, I've had situations where people wanted to do something, maybe and I'm thinking of a townhouse right now. They wanted to buy a townhouse that was about $10,000 cheaper than the one they should buy. And I said, at the end of the day, if you want to buy that one, you need to call somebody else, because it's not about the money for me.
Yeah.
I don't care about the extra 10 grand. It's that in 4 years, when you want me to help you get out of that property, I'm not going to be able to.
I'm going to tell you it's difficult.
Yes.
And you do not want to hear that from me.
Yeah.
Correct. And so,
Yeah.
that couple had complete respect for my position, and they said, no, we'll do exactly what you're telling us to do. And they could not be more happy. They are thrilled. The floor plan is so sellable. We know that when they go to, size up, move up, that we won't have any problem. So I think that's the part. I was so young. I did not understand the odds against me. I came into a market
I was
that,
going to say, how old were you when you came into real estate?
I was 19 or 20, somewhere
That's
in there.
awesome.
So
I have an agent on my team that started at 19.
Yeah, I had a Virginia license that I got, and for no reason. Really, at the time, I was working at a Acura and BMW dealership out in the west end of Richmond, and so we holidayed at Oak Island and Castle Beach my entire life, and that's where I wanted to be. I loved it, and so got into the business down there. And I had no clue. The market absolutely tanked. We had no buyers anywhere. We lost, in some cases, we lost 90% of value. 90%.
As a buyer, though, wouldn't I love to go back to those prices?
Let me tell you.
I could have afforded the beach house. Though.
I know. I was like, back when
I
we
wish
could
I
have afforded.
had-
I wish we'd had the
Yes.
wisdom to buy a lot.
Over
back then.
leveraged then,
Yes.
right? Because that was the time.
Hindsight's 2020.
And so, it's persevering through that, and then understanding when to shift. You know, the
Yeah.
market's been shifting over the last year, I
Yeah.
feel, a little bit. And so being here at R4 this week has been incredible because we've heard from our peers that, you know, things are good. We're
Yeah.
still, you know, in a great market. We've talked quite a bit about going, in our market at least, we're going back to 2019.
I was gonna say, we're getting multiple offers.
Yes, 2019
Yeah.
was a good market though. It was
Yeah.
a stable market.
Yeah.
Everything after that was insane, you
Yeah.
know? And so I'm really excited for the buyers and what that opens up for them.
Yeah.
And you know,
It's just getting sellers to realize that they're not in 2022 prices.
well,
Yes,
that's
we
you're
are seeing a
exactly
lot of
right.
overpriced houses, and those will sit, but anything fairly priced is getting multiple offers.
Yes.
And that's a little hard because I was talking to my lender, gosh, the day we came out here, I had written an offer the weekend before. We got outbid by somebody else who waived an appraisal. And I talked to my sister who was working with another one of my buyers, and she wrote an offer. She got outbid by somebody who put enough down to waive the appraisal. And so twice in one weekend, and I talked to my lender, and she said I wrote 11 pre-approval letters this weekend, and only 2 of the agents won. The other 9 were in competing offers, and I was like, no, I mean, this is February, you guys. Like,
Yeah.
we're headed in. So
What
I
is
think
your-
we're going to see a very busy season for us because we don't have any inventory. We're stuck. What's that?
What would you, where'd your success, what do you see, you know, the same question reversed?
Yeah,
if you
that's a
don't
great
mind.
question. No, I never get the questions, actually.
I'm
I love
sorry.
it. I love it. No, it's awesome.
But what,
It's awesome.
yeah, what would you contribute your success?
So I came in as a reservist from the military, switched from active duty to reserves. So I was still doing both for a while. I learned underneath my dad, who was retired Navy, so I got to learn from him. I didn't think I could do real estate. I told him I would try it part-time. I am not salesy. I was like, I saw it as sales initially from the outside. I'm like, I don't want to sell things. That's not who I am. And I loved it. I got to start taking care of my friends, my peers that were moving back to the area. I realized I was guiding people through a decision that they were already going to make, but I could help them make a smart decision. And I'd already bought my own home at a young age, and so
It's a matchmaker.
it is. You're a matchmaker.
Not a salesperson.
facilitate.
Yes.
We're facilitators.
And I
that's-
loved, yes.
Yes. And,
Yes.
and I think that, and we, you know, to a degree, we protect our clients' interest.
Yeah.
And so that's really what we're here for. And
Yes.
so the sales part of it,
It's actually very arbitrary. You end up being counselor and coach
And best friend.
mentor and best friend.
Psychiatry.
And,
No.
yes, yes, you do. I mean, we all know people get married and divorced and they buy and sell homes. You do some psychiatry too, and yeah, but you do. And I loved the relationships. I mean, I just thrived on the relationships, and you know, even sometimes on the difficult clients that are a challenge, you kind of watch them and you read the personalities. And I found it, kind of a personal little goal. Like you may be difficult, but you're gonna love me by the end. Like I'm gonna make you love me, and
Love that.
you know. And so I think the military taught me the work ethic. I absolutely, you know, the get up early, the managing your time and stuff like that. Adding children to the mix later on was a whole different ballgame, but. Yeah, I think it's the relationships. I think it's being genuine, and I think people see through not being genuine. And most of my business now, well, all my business is referral based, but a lot of my business is military, and I have that commonality with them. I speak the same language. I understand what they're saying. I get the struggles, and so while it's not by far all of my business, it's a good portion of it. And so,
What did you think about Vanessa this morning with warm and competent? And were you there? Did
no,
you?
I wasn't. I got
gosh.
sucked into broker stuff this morning.
Well, that's
I was
fine.
so sad.
That's where you should have been. But
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it because
I heard it was amazing,
It
actually.
was, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out which side I fit on. I wasn't really in the middle, but
You are.
So
I
did
mean,
you start with Remax?
No, I did not.
So why Remax?
That's a great question.
Yes.
So I started with an independent,
Yep.
and you know what I've learned about young agents, and not necessarily young, but new to the business, and maybe young and new to the business. At a certain point, they get a little cocky, and yeah, yeah. So so that happened. And again, the market was challenged. The independent that I was with was a very large independent. The owner struggled, ultimately filed bankruptcy, and continued to exist, but the dynamics shifted. We
Yeah.
felt like less of the culture changed,
Yeah.
right? And so at that time I said, I've got to find something else. And so started looking at Remax. I understood the brand. I knew the brand's everywhere. And so as I researched that, I came across a Remax franchise. I actually interviewed with two, went with one of them, and after a little while, I just realized that it wasn't a good fit.
Yeah.
So ultimately said, what am I trying to accomplish? What do I want to create?
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do was fill a void.
Yeah.
A void in the market where, agents could be as successful as they wanted to be,
Yeah.
right? And help them build their business.
Yeah.
I look at what we do as, and I say we because Kim is also a broker in charge within my organization. And so what we're doing is we're a business that builds businesses.
Yeah.
And so that's what it really, the culture coming out here to R4. We've been fortunate enough to participate in Outstanding Brokerage of the Year. We've had, just some incredible experiences throughout it, and I'm excited about all we have.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot through the acquisition phase, and really understand what's important. Bigger is not necessarily
No.
We
better.
started with
It
one
is not.
office and recently acquired 3 others.
Yes.
Wow.
So I had one office, grew it to 33 agents, give or take, and we had what I would consider at that time an amazing culture. And
It's a
and
really
then
sweet spot in size too.
it is, yes, it is. And so since then, acquired 3 other offices, have dealt with those challenges, bringing the cultures together.
Yeah.
And that culture
That could
clash.
be a whole nother podcast of acquiring businesses and trying to
Yeah.
bring different cultures together.
Absolutely. So, but I feel like we're getting back to our stride. I'm encouraged by the people that we've got on our team. We've got again, Melissa, our director of marketing and technology. I cannot say enough good stuff about what she does. People like Kim, who has stepped into the role as broker in charge, and Kim, 5 years in the market, 5
It's
years in the
amazing.
business.
When you just said you were a broker in charge after 5 years.
Yeah, she's
I saw a need.
Yeah.
There was a void, and instead of complaining about it, I decided to try to be helpful about it. And I enjoy teaching others what I've learned.
You're a broker's dream, by the way.
right.
Yes.
But she's incredible, and she's available to the agent. She answers their questions. She's knowledgeable. She researches. She takes the classes. She's attentive. I think all of those things are important. And what's more important is that she makes sure I don't go to jail. Keep us out of real estate
Even
jail.
agents that don't work for us that are my friends, they call me to keep them out of broker jail because they know I look at the rules and understand the rules.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
awesome.
changing. It's changing.
And I thrive on being busy.
Yeah.
So at first I'm like, nope, not doing it because I'm taking my business to the next level. And then I'm like, I think I can still scale and be helpful.
That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, we'll wrap up with what's one thing you'd like to accomplish this year?
I really want to reach platinum.
Nice. That's
But
hard.
I'm going to do this on my own.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
for you.
I'm very excited about that because I think it's a very attainable goal. I've had that privilege a few times, and Kim has what it's going to take to do that, and
Yeah.
it's discipline. She has completely embraced the brand, which I think is important. If you are not embracing the red, white, and blue, you are missing out.
You are so missing
Yes.
out. I mean, that's
And-
why we're here, right?
Well, and you've got
All
all
those
of
tools
If you
and
look at all of
referrals.
these agents that are wanting to be influencers, let me just tell you, Remax has been working on this since 1973. Is
Yeah.
that right? So 1973. you're not, and they've spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
You're not ever going to beat
Yeah.
that brand, and you're
Yeah.
never going to be more significant than that brand. So Kim has embraced the brand in a big way. She does wear her pink, but it does not clash with the red, white, and blue, and she never hides it.
And,
So-
and I'm red, white, and blue all through. My husband
Absolutely.
is retiring from the reserves,
Nice.
and my dad was in the military, and yeah, so I love the red, white, and blue as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, it's amazing that you can just wear a little pin or button out, and I don't even wear my name tag. I wear the little Remax balloon, and that brand recognition. Everybody's got a home story to tell you, or a market question, or I mean, it just invites conversation. It's the great recognition.
Yeah.
So, what do you hope to accomplish this year?
So I think for me, this year is less a personal goal as far as sales and things, and more a goal for the company, for the agents, for the culture. I would like to regain the culture that we had 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I want agents to see us as a safe space to come to work and be successful. You know, I'm not going to tell. I'm not big on telling agents how to run their business.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody telling me how to run my business.
Absolutely not.
So
yeah.
And what works for you might not work for
Yeah,
me.
but we're training
That's
entrepreneurs. We are
exactly.
not the brokers that have to hold your hand. I'm there when you need mentorship and guidance and leadership.
Absolutely. And
But
I'll show you how I do it. But just
Yeah.
because I do it, like I am exceptional on the phone.
Yeah.
You know, I'm exceptional face to face.
Mhm.
I know that about myself.
He is not exceptional at social media.
No, don't put me on social media. I don't, you know, because I just not, that's not my thing. I don't want to do it. And so, and there's nothing wrong with those who do,
No.
right? But we all have to be comfortable doing what we do. And so for me this year, I really am excited about where we're going to take the organization. We've got all the systems in place,
Mm-hmm.
which is very important. So we'll manage those systems and we'll help our agents and support them and facilitate them and help them to grow. So
Nice.
yeah,
That's
important.
awesome.
What is your goal?
Oh man, I have personal and professional. This year started out really busy, and so I am working with buyers, and I didn't work with a lot of buyers last year, but we've had some team. We
Didn't
went
either.
down.
I went from like completely flip flop from sales, listings
Yeah.
to buyers, from buyers to listings.
Yeah, my team unexpectedly got smaller by one agent at the beginning of the year, and one of our agents went off to be independent, and she'll be amazing at it, and it's a great thing, and she's still at our brokerage. But so I think personally, I'd like to see our team probably grow by one more. For our brokerage, we had some big goals. We brought on some new software, and we want to smooth that out. We are throwing ourselves into Bold Trail mid-year, and for my team, we're also doing a system called Traction, which is a book, which is amazing, and it's an operating system. And all of these, we have a lot of business goals this year. I'm big into goals. I also have to set it as a goal every year to pull back and spend time with my kids. And so my coach often asks me, "Who do you love more?" When I struggle with like I'm working too much, and he sees it, and I need to pull back. And so my goal is to make sure that while we do all of this, because this year I think is going to be amazing, is to pull back and make sure I give the boys the time that they need and that they deserve. You know, I'm not going to get these years back. So, and my agents are amazing and supportive of it, and they know that I juggle both, and they're just great that way. So I'm very blessed. All right. So if people wanted to find you, how do they find you, Kim, Robert?
They can find me at therealkimcotton.com.
Oh my gosh, I love it. TheRealKimCotton.com. And people tell me my name is easy to remember, but I think Kim Cotton like takes the cake.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. So I don't know.
Call me. I'll get you in touch with
I
you.
was going to say it. You said
You're
it.
not gonna find me. I'm not hitting
I
it.
was like,
No. Yeah, I've got a telephone number.
she knows how to reach you.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank
That's
you.
awesome.
I sincerely appreciate
Yeah,
this.
this has been
Great
nice.
meeting you.
You as
You're
well.
Just bubbly and exciting.
Oh,
and
thank
so,
you.
This was very good.
This was really
So
great.
easy.
Yes, so easy. So thanks for being on our show. And thanks for joining us for another episode of the Dispatch on Purpose, where we talk about leadership and wealth building, generosity, family success. And this week, we talked to all of the amazing RE/MAX agents from across the country. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, I'm Amy Dahl.